This week, we're going to be starting a new series called Mastery Mondays. The point of the Mastery Mondays is to get everybody watching into the groove of the golf season, work on some golf shots that are required throughout the game, and try to lower your scores throughout the season. Today, we're going to be working on teaching how to hit a punch shot. I'm over here on hole 2 at Bobby Nichols Golf Course. I'm about 150 yards out, and my tee shot came and it went to the left side of the fairway on the wrong side of the trees. Since I'm on the wrong side of the trees, I know I have a pretty tough shot at the green. You can see the edges of the green over there, but you might not be able to see the middle of the green on the camera. It's actually a really difficult golf shot if I'm going at the green. The whole point of the shot is to get us out of trouble, not necessarily go for the hero shot and go for the green. I'll show you what the hero shot would be. So from this distance, to be able to get it to the green but keep it low enough, I would have to hit a 5-iron and hope it rolls up. Since the tree's in the way, with a 5-iron, I don't have a direct shot at the green. To be able to get there, I'd have to either hug the very left edge of the tree or hit a draw around the tree, but that's not a very high value shot. Now I'm going to demonstrate the higher risk shot that includes going at the green. I'm using a 5-iron like I said earlier. I'm going to have to really hug the edge of this tree and hope I don't hit it. What I'm going to do is put the ball in the back of my stance, take a little half swing, try to keep it low so it doesn't hit the trees in front of me. As you can see there, I was very close to hitting the tree. If I didn't hit it perfectly, that ball would not have gone around the tree, and it still ended up short of the green because it's such a difficult shot to actually get there. I'll hit one more for you. Again, like I just showed you, very difficult shot. I was probably 6 inches from hitting that tree, and I'm still short of the green, so it actually didn't help me get any further towards the green as if I was doing the lower risk shot. For the lower risk shot, what we're going to be doing is using a wedge. Right now I have a 54-degree wedge, sand wedge, or pitching wedge works very well. For this shot, what we have to do is put the ball in the back of our stance and really de-loft the club. So by de-loft the club, I mean if your club face is straight up like it normally would, put it in the back of your stance and lean your hands forward. That de-lofts the club. For this shot, what I'm going to do is aim further right than I was and hope I'm going to get this ball about 50 yards away from the green. 50 yards away from the green is a very happy area because that should be a pretty easy wedge shot, and I'll have a very high chance of getting up and down. At worst, I'm making bogey. If you hit that tree with that 5-iron that I just hit, then you're in the same situation, if not a worse situation, and you could be making a really high number on the hole. So for this one, put the ball really far back in your stance, de-loft the club, so put your hands forward in your stance, but make sure your club face stays square. When you de-loft it, don't open your hands up. Make sure that club face stays square as you de-loft it. So I'm going to aim right, put the ball back in my stance, de-loft the club, and then keep the ball low. Just nice and easy swing. As you can see, that ball stayed very far away from the tree, so there's no worry about hitting the tree, and it kept it low enough that it got under the tree. I'm going to hit one more for you. Something to keep in mind is to not take too big of a swing. What I see a lot of amateurs doing on the golf course when hitting punch shots is taking a really massive swing because they're trying to get it to the green or to a specific distance that's further than they should. Take a small swing, make sure you get it out there safely so you have a solid shot at the green. I'll hit one more. As you can see, those two shots stayed very far away from the tree, stayed low enough to keep under the tree, and I have about 50 yards in for my third shot, and I have a solid shot at making par, and like I said, at worst bogey. As you can see, those 2 shots with the wedge stayed very far away from the tree, so I didn't worry about hitting the trunk, and it stayed low enough to keep it away from the branches of the tree. That's going to be a really high value shot to keep your game, keep those scores low. If I keep doing that, I have a solid shot at getting up and making a par. If worst, it's a bogey, which is a good thing. Keeping away from those numbers is key when you miss the fairway off your tee shot and have to hit a rescue shot. Thank you for following along, and hopefully this helps your next round of golf. I'll see you next week for the next Mastery Mondays.